everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today's video is my first empties video of 2020. So if you didn't know already, I did empties videos throughout the year of 2019 and I did keep an estimated total of what I used up. So each month I was making note of what products I'd used and how much the estimated value was, and then at the end of the year I could see roughly how much I'd used up. I'm going to do the same again this year. So for the benefit of you that don't understand how I come to my estimated totals, I don't recall how much I've spent on each item, and because some of it comes in subscription boxes, it's difficult to keep track. I can't keep all of the stuff in boxes with the leaflets forevermore or have a pile of leaflets sitting around. So what I tend to do is if I remember how much something has cost me, I'll make note of that, but if I can't remember, then I do have a bit of a nose around and I make note of the cheapest that I managed to find online. So it is an estimated total. That's how I've chosen to do it, because like I say, I can't keep records of every last item that's coming out of boxes, and because of how much you pay for them but the recommended retail price, it's not a really good reflection. So in my eyes, you need to know how much things should be costing, if that makes sense. So if the box has cost £15 but it's got a value of 100, what price do you put on one of the 5 items, for example? So it's probably the easiest way to go about things in terms of the empties. I know not everybody's going to do it the same way and not everyone's going to agree with the way I do it, but that's the easiest way in my opinion, and that's how I tend to do things. So like I say, this is my first month's worth in 2020. I will be uploading a video every month throughout the year of 2020 of my empties, where I'll sit and go through what I've used, and at the end of the video I'll tell you an estimated total of what I've used. So let's just dig in and show you what I've got. Now I like empties videos because I tend to see things that I would never have spotted out and about, because I can't get out like I would love to, because I'm stuck in this room so much because of my health conditions. I rely on videos like this, so hence the reason why I'm doing it. So the first item that I used up was nothing exciting. It was this Primark Baby Dual Face Large Cotton Wool Pads. This is something that I love. I love the pads that have got like the ridges in them. And I'd spotted them cheap at some point and bought a couple of packets, so I've used up one of those. I've used up this is the CN dry shampoo, so I think this is Lidl's. It's something that I saw on Lisa's subscription box addicts channel in possibly an empties from her, I'm not really sure, but it's the sweet pink fragrance. I think it's just over £1 a can. Once again, it's okay. I suppose I would repurchase it, but my favourite is the Batiste's Rose Gold dry shampoo. So yeah, it's not my favourite, but I do like it. Sorry about that, my bag's slipping off of my lap. Next up we have this brown paper bag. This had a bath bomb in it called Eyeballing from Dirty Fresh Cosmetics. It was like an eyeball. It did smell amazing, it looked great in the water and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if I spot these again and I want some bath bombs, I would buy it again. Please do note that I do use a lot of products that don't have packaging. So I use a lot of bath bombs that don't have packaging. I use a lot of soaps that don't have packaging. I even use some solid deodorants that obviously don't have packaging. So when I get to the end of the year, if I've only used 10 bath bombs, that's not because I've had 10 baths, I can assure you. It's far from it. So yeah, that's a bath bomb packet. Next up we have this. This was something I picked up in Primark a very long time ago now. This was a pack of 6 bath fizzers, and there was 3 pink ones and 3 silver ones, and they're Hello Kitty, and the fragrance was strawberry. So I shared these with my daughter. They do smell good, but they're really small, so you have to use 2 at a time. So yeah, I don't suppose they sell these anymore, but they're not my favourite thing, so I possibly wouldn't purchase them again if I spotted them. Next up we have something that I picked up in the pound shop. I seem to do a really good of picking up some great smelling products for your hair in the pound shop. So this is the VO5 Smoothly Does It shampoo. It's for dry frizzy hair. This was perfect on my hair. I have really thick sort of dry coarse hair, and yeah, worked wonders. Amazing. Definitely buy that again if I'm in the pound shop and wanting more. So next up I have this. This was the 2-step lip kit, and it had a coconut sugar scrub in the top, and then it had a collagen lip mask in the bottom. Now I absolutely loved this. If I do ever spot it, I will get another one. It's by the brand Derma V10. It was something I got in a giveaway prize actually from the lovely Lydia from Forever Treasure. So yeah, if I spot it again, I'd definitely pick it up. Next up, I have something from my favourite brand in the world ever. This is the Avocado Wash Shower Gel by Lush Cosmetics. It's only a 100g bottle, but I loved it. Lush is one of my top favourite brands, and I don't buy it as much as I used to. I used to have a massive stash. So if you don't know what a stash is, it's somebody that would have been kind of very into Lush, that was more of a collector, and I had a lot, and I did sell it on, or most of in the end, because it just got too much. I'd got too much products to my name, so I sold some of it on to people that would enjoy it, and yeah. So I'm still working my way through some of the things that were left. This was something I had. This was amazing. One of my favourite scent groups from Lush Cosmetics, really like it. So I don't know if they're still selling this fragrance of shower gel or not, because they tend to change things a lot. If they did and I was wanting a shower gel, I would definitely give this one a bit of consideration, because I do really like it. Next up we have something else from Lush Cosmetics. This was the Golden Pear body spray, and oh my god, was this incredible. It's probably my favourite body spray that I've used from Lush, and that's saying something because I've picked out all of my favourite fragrances in these. This was a fragrance that I discovered when I went to the Lush showcase about 3 years ago now, and I got a soap that looked like a pear, and it was incredible. It really, really was. And then when this came out, I couldn't resist, and I'm really sad that it's gone. I don't know if they do any more, but I'm working through another Lush one at the moment, but called Rose Jam, and that's really nice too. So I don't actually need one, and I have got other body sprays that I need to use once I've used Lush. So yeah, I won't be buying this for a while, even if they are still selling it. And it's expensive. It's about £20–25 a bottle. Next up we have another product from Derma V10. This was also in my giveaway prize from Lydia from Forever Treasure. I'll link her channel. Yeah, this was a deep moisturising foot pack. Oh, yes. Okay, so this was the argan oil one. Oh my god, this was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me. So I I decided I was going to use it. Read all of the instructions, remove the boots from your feet after wearing them for 15 to 20 minutes. Fine, great. So I managed to take them apart, I managed to put them on my feet, and I kept them on for the 15 to 20 minutes. And the weird thing about these is when I ripped it open to take them out, this packet, I was hit with the smell. And I thought I was going mad to start with. And I said to my partner, here, smell that. And put it under his nose. I said, what does that smell like to you? He said, mint. I said, that's what I thought. But it's meant to be argan oil. And I've had the argan oil ones of these before. So I just went on and kind of pulled the boots apart to put them on my feet. And the scent got stronger. And then it clicked. Derma V10 actually do a minty like foot product, but that one is the foot peel from my recollection. So they put the wrong product in the wrong packet, which isn't a problem to me. So I left them on for 15 to 20 minutes just thinking perhaps they do actually do one that's just a foot pack rather than a foot peel. So yeah, I left them on for the 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm not sure whether they were actually a foot pack or a foot peel. I'm assuming that although I didn't leave them on for an hour and a half, if they were a foot peel, I might have noticed a slight loss of skin, but I didn't have anything, so I'm assuming maybe it was actually possibly another foot pack, a minty one. But anyway, whatever, they were really nice, so yeah, I would use it again if I knew what it was. Next up we have this. This is the bubble tea bar fizzer, and it was a Mentos one. It was a minty fresh one, which reminded me of Dirty Spring Wash, I think it's called, by Lush. Yeah, so it smelled nice, it made the water look beautiful and blue, and it fizzed beautifully. So this came from a Black Friday haul from Bubble Tea themselves. So I got a couple of like deals, like they bundled things together, and so I did a big haul. So yeah, that was that. I liked that, I would use it again. Next up we have this. This is a sample that I'd been sent with something. Oh, I know, I think it came with my Christmas present. So if you haven't seen my what I got for Christmas video, I had a couple of Charlotte Tilbury gifts, and I think this must have been in one of those. This is the Charlotte's Magic Cream. I really did like this. However, I'm not going to be buying it because it's very, very expensive. So yeah, it was really nice, but there's no way I'm buying that, especially not at the moment anyway. Next up we have this. This is from Vita Masks. Yeah, and it's the Evening Goggle Eye Mask, Repair and Relax. I got this in a Birchbox. It was a choice between this and a morning one, I think. And yeah, I liked it, but it didn't work. I've got chronic fatigue syndrome, so I thought I'd give it a go one evening, and it didn't change anything for me at all. Although it was nice and relaxing while I was wearing it, I suppose, so. But it didn't relax me enough to send me to sleep, which is what I was hoping. Maybe that was a bit too much of an ask. So yeah, I suppose I would use it again. Next up is something else that came from that Bubble Tea Black Friday haul. This was the Dark Wonder Bath Bomb, and it's acai berry and hibiscus tea. Do you know what? I really find it weird saying that acai, because I always thought it was acai berry, and it's not. I looked up the pronunciation of it, and it's acai, and it just sounds so weird. Yeah, so it's a beautiful berry fragrance, and I really did like it. It left the water like a purpley colour, and yeah, I would use it again. And there is actually another one. I think this is the last one I used from that haul for this month. It is the limited edition Beauty in Wonderland Look Fantastic. Oh, okay, that's from Look Fantastic. Oh no, hang on, the other one was as well. Okay, right, so that was from the haul. This was the Blueberry Tea Bar Fizzer. I can barely read the writing because it's a real pale green colour. Blueberry tea. This was nice, but it wasn't nice as the other two, so I suppose I'd probably skip this one if I'm being completely honest. It wasn't the best one. Next up, I used up a mascara from Avon. It's the Big Multiplied Lashes. Had it way too long in my collection, just like a lot of things, and it's finally finished, so yeah, it's okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I prefer other things, and I've got a lot of other things to try, so I don't need another one. So that was that. I then used up two of these. I don't know how I came to having two in my possession, but these are the Elizabeth Arden Retinol Ceramide capsules. They're line erasing night serum. So you've got 7 in each card. The first I used one, because you twist the end of it and squeeze the product out of this little capsule onto your fingers, and it feels almost very silicone-y. And I squeezed it out onto my fingers, put it on my face, and I had so much left on my hands, it seemed such a waste. So the following day I experimented. I opened it, squeezed what felt like half of the product out into my hand, and left the capsule on my jewellery dish by the side of my bed, ready to use the following night, and that worked. I only needed half a capsule. So these 14 capsules actually lasted me for 28 days. Well, I suppose not quite 28 days because I used one. So that would have been 27 days. So yeah, this lasted a lot longer than it should have done, but I'm not one for being wasteful. The first one I used, it just sat on top of my skin for so long because there was so much product there. So yeah, right, I really did love them, absolutely loved them actually, but once again they're expensive, so maybe at some point I might treat myself, but not for the time being. So yeah, and I've got other products to use. Next, I used up this. This is the Dove Go Fresh Moisturising Cream Pear and Aloe Vera Fragranced Antiperspirant. First time I've used this. If you don't already know, I have a condition called hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating. People will say, oh, I sweat a lot, but there's a difference between sweating a lot and it's smelling really awful. With me, sweat, I know, doesn't smell nice on anyone. It's not a pleasant fragrance, but with me, it smells awful. Like, I'm embarrassed by it in a very big way, and it's been a problem for years. And it's anxiety that tends to trigger it. So if you're stressed about people noticing, you tend to sweat more because you're anxious about it, and it's just a vicious circle. I've struggled to find products that work. I have medicated products to use. They're always sat on the side ready. I found 2 deodorants that work for me. One of them was a Garnier one that had crystals on the can, which I haven't seen in a long time in shops now. I don't know if it's been discontinued. The other being Mitchum, which you'll probably have seen plenty of in my videos. But I spotted this and thought I'd give it a go, and it actually worked alright. Now, for a while though, I have been using 2 products. I tend to wear like a balm type product that I rub between my fingers and then rub under my arms, and then a spray. And I'm finding that that works really well. So whether this would work on its own or not, I don't really know. Maybe most sprays are okay if I'm using a balm. I mean, it's not great that I have to use 2 products because most people would see that as wasteful. But if your body needs it, it's not wasteful. You know, if you need it, you need it. You can't help it. I mean, I wouldn't choose to do something like that if I didn't need to. So yeah, I would use that again if I spot it. Next up, we have the product I've been talking about. This is one of the balms. So this came in, I think it was the PIP subscription box. I think the PIP box, is that what it's called? I had it a while ago, and I received this in it. It's the Fitbit natural deodorant in the fragrance peppermint. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I cannot stand the smell of this. It's nasty. I just don't, it's not a fragrance that I like. So if it's something you like, then I do appreciate that not everyone's got the same taste. I just don't like it. We can't all have the same opinions on products, but yeah, it doesn't smell nice. I personally really don't like the smell, but that didn't put me off because I'm, you know, when you've got the problems I've got, you become desperate to find things that work, so you're more willing to try things. And I was willing to give it a go despite not liking the smell of it, and I'm glad I did because it works. It is a good product even though it doesn't smell good. So you take a pea size amount and then you rub it in under your arms, and yeah, it works alright. So I finished one, but I'm currently using a second jar. So I received some friend mail quite some time ago, and it was from the lovely Diana Hoffman Lawson, and she sent me one of these, so I'm now using that one. So yeah, I would buy it, I think, because I'm now onto a second jar, and I've kind of got used to it. So I used that up and I quite enjoyed it despite not liking the fragrance. I don't know where I'd get it from or how much it cost, but I'd have to look into that. Next up, I have something from a brand that was a favourite. I'm sad it's gone now. This was from Zoella Beauty. It was the Blissful Mistful Fragrance Body Mist. I do still have a lot of Zoella products to get through. I'm sure I'll get to them. I have a lot of everything to get through really, but you know. So yeah, that was all of my empties except for the dregs, which is my tea lights. So if you didn't know, I use a lot of tea lights because I like using wax melts and candles. And yeah, I've got no big candles this time. I haven't really used big candles so much lately, but I've been using wax melts again. And so I've got, how many have I got this month? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And I had a massive bag, I've had it for a few months, of tea lights. I don't know how many's in there. There must have been about 200 or something. And they must have been cheap because, look, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's so much product left in the bottom there, and they just go out, and I've tried to relight them and they just do not relight. So yeah, I mean, some of them are alright, as you can see, And then some of them are just rubbish. I mean, this one, you can tell didn't come from the same bag. This came out of a bath box. So, you know, there you have it. So guys, the estimated total for the products that I used, my empties for January, is £94.79. So if you're using up products and you're doing empties videos and you've been calculating an estimated total of what you've been using, please do let me know how you got on for the month of January. I'm curious to know. If you've done an empties video and I haven't watched it, please do let me know and I'll pop over to your channel and watch. I know a lot of people seem to do them and I love them, I really do. I am really slow at watching videos because I am subscribed to more YouTubers than is sensible, if I'm being completely frank with you, but I like to watch all of the videos, so I'm constantly working about 2 weeks behind on the schedule notification list. So yeah, if I haven't watched your videos and I'm late with watching them, please don't be offended. It's not because I don't want to. I will get to all of them. It's just that I'm watching a lot of people, so yeah, I will get around to your videos eventually. Also guys, thank you for all of your amazing comments recently. There's been some really amazing compliments, and I'm not really used to compliments quite like that, so yeah, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. I do struggle with it a little bit, so I don't know what to say other than thank you. If you've posted comments on videos, please rest assured I do reply to most of my messages, if not like them. So there is interaction with every last comment I get. It's just, once again, I work quite behind with it, so yeah, apologies for that, but I will get around to all of your lovely messages. I do really appreciate all of them. So everybody, let me know if you like any of the products I've used up, or if you're even using some of them. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch my rubbish. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all again in another one of my videos. Goodbye guys.